Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. It's been a very bad year for me in the prediction stakes, and I got another one wrong tonight. Josh Kelly becomes the new British super welterweight champ. He wins a very wide unanimous decision over Troy Williamson. I predicted that Williamson would stop Kelly in the 11th round, I think it was. And the people I spoke to who picked Kelly to win said, look, why are you picking Williamson? It's so obvious that Williamson is, going to plod forward and is going to get outboxed, and, the flash and the dash of Josh Kelly is going to just be too much for Williamson. He's always going to be a step behind. And so it proved. The reason I picked Williamson is that I thought over 12 rounds, if it had been an 8 round, I'd have definitely picked Kelly to win. But over 12 rounds, I thought, no, I think Williamson can catch up with him and grind him down. But it didn't even come close to it. And Kelly, you have to give him a lot of credit coming back from the very bad defeat to Avanesian. He said he had some out of the ring issues. It now looks like that may have been true. I don't know. He moved up a weight, of course. Was a welterweight. Now he's up at super welterweight, and he's won the title. And he looked big for the weight as well. Quite big. He's quite a broad-shouldered guy. But I think this fight was won as much with the feet as with the fists, and you could make an argument that a lot of boxing matches are won with the feet as well as the fists. But Kelly's, from the word go, Kelly was fleet-footed, lots of flash, lots of very sharp punches, not just single punches but combinations. In the first round, he badly shook Williamson with a 1-2. His footwork was exemplary, hands low. Williamson moved forward. I got the impression he tried to start quicker than he normally does. And in the second round, it was really interesting because the first minute of the second round, Williamson did try to put it on Kelly, and I thought that's exactly what he needs to do. More of that sort of stuff. Because he was cutting off the ring very quickly, moving, feinting, but not getting into a sort of feinting contest with Kelly. He was actually feinting his way in and then letting his fists go, and that type of pressure is what we needed. And I thought at the start of the second round, here we go, Williamson's on it. But he just didn't maintain it. He didn't maintain it to any degree, which is really just disappointing. Of course, you have to give Kelly credit because he just didn't allow Williamson to get any kind of rhythm going, to control the range. But most importantly of all, I think, or as importantly as anything physical, is Kelly didn't allow Williamson to put too much mental pressure on him. Kelly was very, very focused, very, very confident. Didn't sit down between rounds. Kind of, chatted to Adam Booth in the corner. Showboated a little bit. At the end of the 7th, I think he was on the ropes. Dropped his hands totally, right down by his sides, doing a bit of shoulder rolling. Williamson fired, I think, 3 or 4 punch combination. Didn't land. Gradually, to be honest with you, a less resolute guy than Williamson would have mentally just given up. But fair play to Williamson, he didn't. He just couldn't get near to Kelly. And Kelly went up close. There wasn't any infighting going on here. When he got up close, Kelly was draping himself over him, locking arms, and a little bit of frustration from Williamson at times. But in general, Kelly completely controlled the fight. Williamson was always a step or maybe 2 steps behind. Had to be reliant on landing individual punches. A few of them weren't bad. They were half decent punches, but at no point did Kelly look hurt. And I don't think Williamson landed a single combination in the whole fight. It was all single punches. If he did fire a combination and he landed 1 punch out of 3, that's probably all he was getting. And Kelly, I think, shook Williamson again in, I can't remember which round it was. Was it the 9th, maybe? Just very, very good performance. Very good uppercuts as well from Kelly. There were some good uppercuts going in there. That was very impressive. And varying his work really well. They're both orthodox fighters. So, it's not like Kelly was overcoming anything awkward. Williamson was kind of plodding and very predictable. And we knew before the fight he would be. It's just, would his physicality, his physical strength take over? In the clinches, Williamson didn't really look like physically the stronger guy. Williamson moved forward. Kelly was landing the harder punches, but he didn't appear to be in any hurry. He was quite content to just win the rounds individually. I had this fight, by the way, 118-110, which was how one of the judges, the official judges, had it. I think I gave Williamson the second, and I can't remember, one of the later rounds. But both of those, you could have argued, should have gone to Kelly. I don't know. It was very, very wide. I think 118-110, 119-111. There's a couple of drawn rounds in there, and I think possibly, I can't remember, 119-110, something like that. But yeah, well done to Josh Kelly. He is the champ, a deserved champ. Answered a lot of critics. Looked very confident in there. This is domestic level. Troy Williamson, no one was mistaking him as world level, but he is a tough, very tough guy. Very, very resolute bloke. Can soak up punishment, and he had to. He was shaken a couple of times in this fight. But if Kelly wants to move on, if I was Adam Booth, I mean, Kelly, what is he, 28 now, something like that? I would say if I was Adam Booth, maybe make a defence of the British, go for the EBU, and then sort of into fringe world and onwards. Because it does look as if progress has been made with Josh Kelly, some quite serious progress. But he's got to, again, I don't believe in jumping up too quick. The Avanesian fight was too quick. I know he said he had problems outside the ring, but it just looked to me like man against boy in there. This was someone who'd kind of come of age. Although let's not get too carried away, because although he did a great job on a lot of people felt was the favourite, myself included, Troy Williamson. Don't go throwing him in with anyone, you know, world level yet. I don't see the hurry. I mean, he's got time in his hands. Surely the purpose is to win the world title or a world title and then defend it, or not just fight for it, but win it and hold on to it for a while. Can Kelly get that far? I don't know, but I'll tell you something. This is a big step forward. Yeah. So yeah, add this one to the the list of predictions I got wrong this year. The one that disappointed me the most was I was convinced Savannah Marshall was going to beat Clarissa Shields, and she didn't. But hey, you get some right, you get some wrong, don't you? If we could all predict well, we'd all be living in mansions and driving Bentleys, wouldn't we? But I'm neither. More's the pity. Anyway, what did you think? Did you watch the fight? What do you think of the fight? Some people would say because it was so one-sided, it was a bit disappointing. Yeah, I go along with that. I think there's some truth to that. But all credit to Kelly. What did you think of his performance? Were you disappointed with Williamson, or were you overly impressed with Kelly? Let me know. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. If you're new and you could subscribe, that would be fantastic. And also, of course, hit the like button if you could. It takes a second. Hit the like button, subscription. Job done. Thank you very much. More fights this weekend. I will be doing more videos. Please check in. Meanwhile, take care of yourselves and bye for now.